All right, there we go. We had some technical funny issues, but here we are. And hello, everyone, and welcome Teresa and Lynn. Thanks for joining. Today, I want us to talk about um, thunderstorms, fireworks, loud noises with our pets and animals, and what we can do about helping them, not just with oils but with other calming tools and techniques. Before we do that, for those who don't know, this is a month from doTERRA where you can get free rose, the Rose Touch, which is a $72 value. If you didn't get your rose, you can always call in to our customer service and top off your order to make it a 200 PV order so you get that wonderful rose oil. If you don't know the benefits of rose, if you're in our private Facebook group, just type in rose and the whole uses and benefits will come up. If you're not a customer or in our Facebook group and you're watching this on YouTube, just reach out to me and I'll give you the scoop. All right, so Teresa, have you ever had an animal, dog, cat, horse, anything that is noise sensitive? Thunderstorms, fireworks, any of that?
No, I have not.
Okay,
Um, my family members have,
okay,
um, but I have never had one that was sensitive to loud noises. But I live in the country, so other than an occasional gunshot,
right,
they don't hear. We do hear some fireworks,
right.
but it's not real close.
Gotcha. Okay. So when Lynn can come back with us, we'll run this by Lynn. But there's a lot of, there she is. Hey, okay, unmute yourself.
I I got
Hello.
I got network problems. I was trying to turn off the video because
Ah,
I'm freezing and then we've got tons of storms here. So that's
right,
what I'm doing.
right. You
Um,
can always just turn off video and have on audio. I had to do that when we
Yeah,
were in the RV.
I'm going to do that, but I'm
Okay,
still here.
there you
Yep.
go.
Yep.
So the question is, have you ever had a pet or other animal that is sensitive to storms and fireworks and loud noises?
Multiple.
Okay, good. We're going to use you.
Woohoo! I'm going to be you.
Woohoo! Woohoo! And, just by way of introduction, I think that it's important not only for our pets and animals, but also a growing number of people and other wildlife
Mhm.
is sensitive to the noises. Okay, and usually, so many you think of our veterans who are sensitive to the fireworks noises, and that immediately comes to mind. So what we're talking about actually can help people too. Okay. Um, the first thing I want to say is make sure your animal has plenty of exercise, okay? Because it's easier to relax a tired animal, pet, dog, cat, whatever, than one that has a lot of energy, okay? And also practice some of these things ahead of time. Some people call it counter conditioning, so that you have games or other things that you can do when you know that the fireworks are going to start and the dog or cat or horse or whatever will be involved with those. Okay. If you have a multiple pet household and one is afraid, right there, Lynn goes, right? And the other one is not, separate them during the storm or the fireworks, I think. And Lynn, I'd like to have your view on this so that the one who's afraid is not teaching the one who isn't afraid to be afraid. What do you think of that, Lynn?
I'm going to use our last example. Dog number 7 is our first ever rescue. So we got her. We didn't know how old she was or what her background was. And we're presuming I have Belgian Malinois, so they're pretty high drive, like the Tollers. Um, that the first thunderstorm we had, she was a ruddy mess. So I separated her. We were having a dinner party, and I locked myself in the office. Um, and so, very definitely, the other dogs don't react. I want people to know, though, that you can work through this with your dog to get a very positive result if you're patient. That particular day, I had lavender mixed in water, sprayed it on my hands, rubbed it on her,
Just,
and then
yep,
sat cross legged with her because I didn't have a thunder shirt to hold on to her and
right.
just moving your hands so we can all smell it and she can feel comforted. And I still have that bottle. I don't need it anymore. But it worked fine with her. But I will say that I did purchase a Thunder shirt, so you can spray it on the Thunder shirt. And I think that just kind of wraps them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that was my go-to using the lavender.
Well, and I think having a plan, okay, is really important. Getting your animals conditioned to the oils and conditioned to relaxing. So, um,
Mhm.
I have a just a 1 ml bottle with lavender, okay,
Mhm.
upside down. Um, and I love that. Okay, I had made this up when we picked Betty up, okay? And it's beautiful. Just spray your hand, pet them, and when nothing else is going on, massage your dog, do whatever it is you can do to just or cat or horse or whatever, just to let them know that it is a calm time, so that when they have the experience of the oil, then they know that that's a trigger to calm down, even though the chemicals in the oils are going to calm them. It helps. The other thing I like to say is that um, there are a lot of other oils. Like we have what we call sleep and calming, sit and chill. Okay. So, and I made one up that is a little bit different. So, Serenity, which is our restful blend, Balance, that's our grounding blend. Those two together, we call sleep and calming, sit and chill. And then I added a little extra lavender in water. Shake it up, spray my hand, pet it on the dog.
How many
And
drops of each?
it depends on the size of your dog. Okay. So if it's a bigger bottle, obviously more, but I just put 5 drops of each in here.
Okay.
You can always add, you can't take it away. Okay. And it's always better to do more frequent applications of a more diluted oil, meaning weaker,
Mhm.
than to do a heavier, stronger combo just once. Okay. Um, Remember also that um, Serenity, which is our calming blend, you could, if you need more, stronger, mix in vetiver. All right. Vetiver is very sedative. Okay. It is, first of all, funny story. It's a totally thick oil. And when I first got my first bottle of vetiver, I'm holding it upside down trying to mix it into something, and there's nothing coming out. And I called customer service and told them my vetiver, something's wrong with it. And the customer service rep, they're so good at doTERRA, started laughing, not at me, but with me. Um, it's just a very viscous oil. So what you want to do is you could use Serenity and Balance and add vetiver, or just Serenity and vetiver. Play with these things ahead of time. Okay. Vetiver is lovely. I don't use it internally. I do use it topically and diffused. Um, Calmer, which is in our kids collection. Beautiful blend just for this. It's let me see if I have one here. It is, okay, kids collection. All right. not just for kids. All right, I love this collection. Calmer is pre-diluted. It's so gentle, you can use this on puppies and kittens. Okay. So that's a really good one to use. Copaiba or Copaiba. Fabulous to calm down the nerves and the nervous system. Uh, so do you guys use Copaiba at all?
Who doesn't?
Yeah, yeah.
I've mixed it with Deep Blue,
Yes.
Ooh, yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
right?
absolutely. I did
yeah,
that last night.
yeah.
Yep.
It's me too.
Yep. And a little
So
deep blue rub and poof, it's gone the next day.
I know.
Yep.
Backstory on Copaiba. All right. When I happen to have been the only time I went to convention was when Copaiba was introduced, among other really good things. Copaiba is it acts on the endocannabinoid system. So if you don't know what that is, you can just Google it. But that's what CBD oil operates on. And the difference is that CBD oil, going to get geeky here because I love this, is a bigger molecule. Okay. So it has to be broken down for our body to use it in any of our pathways. All right. doTERRA wants things to work direct. Copaiba is a smaller molecule and it acts directly on the cell receptors. So you get really great effective results from Copaiba. So I love that. You can diffuse it, you can put it in with one of your mixtures. Um, it's really, really good for that. I came across another calming spray. So just like us, our pets each may favor different combos. And so balance, lavender, and vetiver. There's another one.
Mm.
So that one could be really, really good for us all to use too. Um, remember, most people mix oils for their pets and animals into a carrier oil, fractionated coconut oil, one of those things. I don't prefer that because I don't want my pet to have their fur all oily. The plus of that is it holds it on longer. So you probably get more absorption than with water shaking it and spraying it on your hand. If your dog doesn't mind spraying, you can spray a little. Just be mindful of their eyes, okay? But I love to rub any of these calming blends down their back. And then, like Lynn did with her dog, just sit there and cuddle with your dog. Hug your dog if you don't have a Thunder shirt. Make your dog or cat or whatever it is feel secure. Um, Anyone use Roman chamomile?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Roman chamomile is very calming and it's effective. Some people don't calm down with some of the other oils. Some pets don't. So think about Roman chamomile. If you have a rescue, like Lynn said, her number seven is a rescue. Rescues seem to react well to um, Roman chamomile also, okay? But it's also good when there's digestive issues associated with the fear,
Mm.
okay? So then you want to reach for Roman chamomile. Internally, topically, diffused, okay? Um, Spikenard. Have you ever smelled spikenard?
No.
You have, Lynn? Yeah. It smells, what does it smell like to you?
It repulses me.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I open it and I'm like, okay, what application is this for?
I know.
My receptors don't really go to it.
Right,
I
right.
made a face when you said that, and I'm like, oh, not that one.
Oh, I know. Well, some people associate it with like dirty diaper smell. So it's in that kind of a family of smells, okay?
Yay.
Yay, I know. But here's the deal. Spikenard is closely related to, and I just learned this today, valerian. Valerian is the addition in our sleep stick. Okay. Valerian really helps with it brings on extreme calmness and relaxation. Okay. So let me read here. Cats love this. They first react to it like catnip, so they could get a little cat crazy, but then they calm down after about 5 minutes. Okay. And a bonus, if you add spikenard to something, it relieves constipation and it can balance heart function. So as icky as it smells, put it with something lovely like lavender or whatever. Okay. Um, so that's any other ideas of combos of oils, ways to apply them, routines that may help.
Yeah, I would make a comment. If you have a dog that's reactive, you obviously need to watch the storms. If you know something is happening or coming your way, start with it early. Put the stuff on to start your dog calming down before it gets there. Your
Yep,
pattern matters because dogs are very intelligent and they get that we're trying to help them. So if something worked in calming, and that's what I found, is it was dramatic how quickly I could make inroads with stuff. I think it was only 3 times with this, and then we went to let's play with a toy to distract.
there you
We
go.
played in the house, nothing threatening. Then we would go outside because we would know the storm was coming, but it wasn't upon us. Play with the other dog, that starts to distract them. We did that a few times. And then my neighborhood where I used to live was very active. We would take the dogs for a walk. Well, young people don't stick with the schedule for when fireworks are supposed to be used. So one day we're walking, but there was no reason for it. And within a half a block of us, somebody let off firecrackers and she did not react. And it's very
Excellent.
important for us. They can smell and tell that we may be responding, so you can't respond. It's got to be like a normal everyday life. They're looking to you for cues. I was then able to take this dog to a gun range and at a distance work with her. And she can withstand gunfire now. She does not
Brilliant.
react. But remember, if you haven't done it for a while and we're coming up to July 4th, you need to lay your groundwork and start again with it. So we're in the country. I don't know who's going to be, but I got my bottle ready,
Right, right.
right? But Rainey and I and Teresa are also dog trainers. We work with dogs in the field. I'm retired, but you're creating a program and be purposeful with it. Make sure that you are continuing with that because the dog will learn to trust you. And then they'll know that you won't put them into a situation that would harm them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's brilliant. And I think, my takeaway from what you were saying is start ahead of time. Start
Mhm,
using your calming oils, engaging in games and figuring out what games some people know already, some don't, that your dog wants to play.
mhm,
Bring those games inside too, because if
mhm.
it's a thunderstorm
Yep,
or fireworks, you'll be inside.
yep.
And that kind of series of things, the dog then can be comfortable with the routine. And so therefore the dog knows, oh, this is a time that I'm going to be taken care of.
Yeah,
You know,
and make sure that you have very positive treats. I have high volume like or value sausages,
yep,
so the dog understands, hey, I'm doing something right and I'm getting treated for it.
right.
And you can move that behavior because this behavior in this dog, all we knew was she came from the country. She scaled a 6 foot fence to escape whatever was going on. And so perhaps she had lived outside. And yeah, thunderstorms are scary outside,
Yep, yep, yep.
but create a safe environment and be purposeful with what you're doing. And so, yeah, I know where
Well,
my
and
body
and I love that. In the evening anyway, we put in calming oils. And our routine in the evening, getting ready for bedtime, is that, there's no wild play anymore and everybody knows to calm down. And it's a similar kind of thing that I think dogs, cats, horses pick up on
Mm,
routine.
yeah.
You know, diffusing is so powerful that, we have stories of lavender being diffused in rescue settings, where they can't even hardly approach a dog or a cat because they're so fearful and aggressive to protect themselves. Um, so if we use it with ours, you're going to get a lot better, incredible results. So, but experiment, We've got some time before the 4th of July. I know storm season's upon us in many parts of the country, like Lynn's. Um, but, play around with things and see how that goes. The bottom line is that we have the tools, okay? When a dog is already in the throes of being fearful, you could have the highest value treat in the world, it isn't going to do anything. Um, so it's nice to start that ahead of time and work with them. Um, and just little games, hide and seek, things like that in the house, can be quite valuable. Cool. Any other oils that you can think of that we didn't mention for that you like for calming? I don't always think of copaiba because I give it to the dogs every day anyway. I think it's a valuable oil to give to the dogs. But I don't always think of copaiba for calming nervous system. I think of copaiba many times for pain, and that kind of effect it has on our nervous system. But it's an oil you want to be giving to your pet, your dogs especially every single day. Very valuable. Anything else you want to touch on? Any questions, thoughts?
The only thought I'm having as we're talking about this is, well, we might be spraying it on the dogs. If they're that fearful, we might want to just spray a little bit of it on ourselves if it's like lavender and water, because here comes calming walking to me.
Yes.
And the dogs very much associate scent. So, yeah, like we're on storm 4 already this morning with lots
Right.
of activity going on. She's not reacting, but if the dog was and in such a fearful state, making yourself smell like calming. The other thing is watch your breathing.
Yep.
So when I'm around her and she's really hyped, I make sure to do deep breaths and exhale them with her. And I do that in the morning if we're just cuddling. So she understands we're in a calming state now. So you can
Yeah, I
use the
love
oil
that.
in that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a good
And
point. Yeah.
spray stuff on bedding. And remember, diffusing, okay? Start your diffuser. You know a thunderstorm's coming in later in the afternoon or whatever. Start your diffuser going earlier in the day, and see how that goes for you. Cool. All right. Hopefully this will help somebody out there. If you have any questions, reach out. We're happy to help. The key is, trying different things. And even if you don't, I will tell you a story. Even if you don't do anything ahead of time. I was flying on an airplane with our dog, our male Toller Larry, and I was flying with a friend who had a dog, and we're side by side in the seats. And Larry was very calm, and her dog was just uncomfortable, unsettled, nervous. And I said, I had this calming blend with, and I said, "You want to try this? Are you open to?" And she said, "Sure." So I said, "Just spray a little on your hand. This is a very small dog, Chihuahua size. Spray a little on your hand and then just pet it down his spine, maybe a little on his front, and see how it goes." Well, I didn't realize she sprayed some on her hand, petted around, sprayed more on her hand, petted it around. And before I could even put the bottle away, he was curled up next to Larry, chilled out, and then slept the rest of the flight. So
Excellent.
even if you didn't practice it ahead of time, it works. Okay. So something is better than nothing. But yeah, it was a very relaxed flight.
That's funny. I am constantly amazed at the ability of any of these oils for what you're using them for. You never anticipate the result is better than I would have expected.
Yep.
Depending on what it is you're using it for, it really is an instant result. And for pets, when vets are prescribing medication, it makes them feel like they're losing control, which worries them more. And I've had several dogs like this when traveling, where the medication has made it worse, not better. And so, do your dogs a favor by not invading their system and just try this because I'm always surprised
Yeah.
how they
Yeah.
work and they
Yep.
work well.
I agree with you. Every time we hear another
Yeah,
story or have another
yeah.
experience ourselves, it's just like, damn, these things really work great.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Closing
So one
thoughts, Teresa.
Well, one thing that I was just thinking and listening to you guys and what I've seen with the oils is and I use the oils and I have a routine at night. For me, Casey's fine, she zonks out, but for me to relax, and it does make a big difference. I mean, I spray my bed linen and my pillow every night, and it just helps me to relax and get to sleep in a more peaceful state. But the biggest thing that I see with the oils is it does help relax the animals, whereas it's not sedating them like medication, some medications. Um, I know some people do have to resort to that, but it doesn't sedate them. Um, it honestly just relaxes them.
Mhm.
And that's a big
Yeah.
difference, whether
Yeah.
it's the animal or whether it's us.
Great point. That's
Yeah.
excellent point. And when you said that you spray your linens and stuff down, what do you use?
I use Breathe, a little bit of lavender, and Serenity.
I'm going to make one like that because sometimes when we go to bed here, even though we have a routine, Betty, who's younger, is still, wanting to,
Just yeah, she's
yeah,
still a puppy. Casey, now for me, um, I can be totally relaxed, but as soon as I go to bed and my head hits the pillow, my brain starts working again.
sure.
And
Yeah,
sometimes I just can't shut it off. So
right.
that just is more for me, and it just helps. But I spray my pillow and my sheets, and it's just a little sprayer bottle, just a
Hmm.
fine mist spray. Um, but I love the fragrance, and I started with Breathe, and then I've added the Serenity because we were talking, and I thought, oh well, just that will help me to calm a little bit.
Right.
And then I added a little bit of the lavender. So now
Love
I do
that.
the three. Yeah, it's very nice.
I love
I'm gonna
that.
try
Yeah. And, we know to spray it on our dog's bedding. Obviously, if your dog is not used to, or cat, used to oils, don't spray it right on their bed first. They might hate it, okay? Maybe
that.
take a little and do a little spray near their bed. Introduce them to the oils, I always say with the cap on, even a sprayer you've made and let them smell it. But boy, it has a great effect. And, those of us who the dogs are coming in and out of our bed all night, that sprayer can help them too.
Right.
So that's cool. I love that idea.
And I spray a little bit and see how when I first started using it, I sprayed the bed early because she'll jump up on the bed and sleep on the bed too. But I just wanted to make sure that she didn't react to it. And she
Right.
was fine. So
Good.
then,
Good.
um, yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
Good
Well,
suggestion.
yeah, it's a great suggestion. I love that idea. So, And that's another thing. Like Lynn went off to another room with her dog, the first experience with the storm. Well, it may be that you want to be in your bedroom or in a den area with your dog, and to have those kind of tools and spray the area, put a diffuser in, all of that kind of stuff can really help. I love that. Cool.
Great
Anything?
topic.
Yeah. Anything else to wrap it up? Beautiful. All right, ladies, thank you for joining. And we will post this. And everybody have a great Monday. Get ready for the fireworks. We'll be on the road in our RV on the 4th of July. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of stuff we experience. But I'm taking my stuff with. We'll have it ready.
You'll be prepared.
You be prepared. Yes. All right. Thanks, you guys. Love you
All right.
both. Take care, everybody. Happy oiling and have a great week. Take
Thank
care.
you. Bye.